With Evander Kane locked up for the next 7 years, the San Jose Sharks made an early statement. Kane provided offense and physicality from day one and expected to play at a high level. His arrival is keeping the Sharks' window of opportunity wide open in hopes of bringing a Stanley Cup to the Bay Area. Motivation should be no concern after the Washington Capitals captured their first Stanley Cup, defeating Las Vegas in 5 games. Talks with Kovalchuk should come as no surprise as the winger is looking to return to the NHL after playing in Russia for SKA St. Petersburg in the KHL. Kovalchuk retired from the NHL a few years after signing a lucrative deal with the New Jersey Devils only to depart for the KHL. At 35, Kovalchuk put up decent numbers this past with 63 points in 53 games. Before Kane was acquired, the Sharks struggled to score goals as the void left by Patrick Marleau became apparent. Marleau's production soon became a non-issue after the emergence of Timo Meier and Mikkel Boedker finding his game in the second half of The addition of Eric Fehr gave the Sharks stability at the fourth line, allowing coach Peter DeBoer to roll all 4 lines at any given time. Doug Wilson indeed took a gamble in trading for Kane, as there was no guarantee he would stay in San Jose. After an impressive audition, the need to take immediate action on Kane came quick. His deal may appear risky, but the current talent amongst the current Sharks roster will make Kane an offensive weapon. Back to Kovalchuk as he could provide insurance in getting on the scoresheet. The big problem will be his transition back to the NHL. The KHL is nowhere near the level of NHL play and the pace of action. In his first with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Marleau netted 27 goals. With Kovalchuk a few years younger than Marleau, 38, perhaps the Sharks believed the winger could have a couple of years of 20-plus goal production. DeBoer is familiar with Kovalchuk from his time as head coach with the Devils. In the past, DeBoer has spoken highly of Kovalchuk, which the likely reason is he met with the Sharks. Kovalchuk can agree to term but not officially sign until July 1. He is likely seeking a 3-year deal and will probably speak with other teams. Los Angeles also met with Kovalchuk to discuss a potential deal. More from Golden Gate Sports right now. Wilson is just exploring the current options. The Sharks have the cap space to lure the best available players in free agency. John Tavares is likely hitting the market, and the Sharks will gain an audience with his representatives. No doubt, Tavares' decision is the domino effect for the Sharks offseason. The decision with re-signing Joe Thornton will come after. Uncertainty surrounds Thornton as he is coming off another significant knee injury. His production may decline, and the Sharks may be better off moving forward regardless of what Tavares decides. Paul Martin is subject to a buyout as the defenseman spent the majority of his with the San Jose Barracuda. The emergence of Joakim Ryan made Martin exposable, but his cap hit kept teams from making a trade. Martin did provide valuable leadership in the locker room through his experience. Unfortunately, he got exposed in the second round against Vegas, as he could not keep up with the speed of the Golden Knights. Boedker could be on the trading block as Wilson tries to shed salary cap where possible. As impressive of Boedker to finally show what he is capable of, replicating the performance is no guarantee. He was often scratched in the lineup and given multiple opportunities to make his case. He must pick up the pace immediately when training camp opens. For Sharks management and coaches, Boedker is a risk the coaching staff does not want to have. A buyout of his contract could be the alternative and keep Martin around. June 15 begins the period for the NHL compliance buyout. Tremors are just beginning as the NHL comes to a close and free agency draws near. For the Sharks, exploring all avenues is pivotal in efforts to assemble a competitive team. As for Kovalchuk, he is one player the Sharks should avoid altogether.